back to another video of Golden Blue Dude. And if you're a college football fan, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button because that's all we do here. Look, it's a long off season, but I'm here to get you through it. Don't forget to check out our Patreon page. A lot of time and effort going into that. And I call my Patreons the shot callers because I let them call the shots. We also have a great website designed and created by Joey Foster, 8 great writers led by our head writer Michael Walker. And I can't forget about our merchandise store. A lot of great stuff over there. And today I wanted to talk about possibly the most hated man in college football right now, and that's Lincoln Riley, the head coach for USC. And there's a lot of things going into this. Number one, he's taking advantage of the transfer portal, and a lot of people are getting mad at him. USC is number 1 in the 2022 transfer portal rankings. Right now, they have the number 1 player, the Oklahoma quarterback Caleb Williams transfer. Last year, he went 136 for 211. That's 64.5%, threw for 1,912 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Also have the number 8 player in the transfer portal, wide receiver Mario Williams from Oklahoma. The number 27 player in the transfer portal, Travis Dye, the running back for Oregon. And the number 18 player, the linebacker Eric Gentry from Arizona State. So he is definitely using the transfer portal to his advantage, and he's making a lot of enemies over it. And I understand, he's taking advantage of the situation. I don't have a problem with that. Now, the teams that he's getting the players from, they definitely have a problem. And if he's tampering, that's when I will have a problem. Look, there's no proof that he's actually tampering. I do think it's tampering, but that's just hearsay right now. This is the thing that's really getting on my nerves. Really getting on my nerves. The national media is kissing Lincoln Riley's rear end. We're talking about ESPN, 247, Fox, you name it, they're puckering up. And I don't get it because the dude is a freaking coward. He pretty much admits being a coward. I mean, Lincoln Riley brags about how easy it is to do what he's doing at USC and that it was way more difficult at Oklahoma. So he literally wants the easier path. And he says he loves LA because nobody knows him. There's no pressure. He didn't like being well known in Oklahoma. And he trash talked. He trash-talked Oklahoma for packing out the stadium for the spring game. Trash-talked, act like there's nothing else going on in the state of Oklahoma, so everybody goes to the spring game. Trash-talked him. Basically, to Lincoln Riley, the small-town feel of Oklahoma is a bad thing. That is totally ridiculous. The dumbest thing about what Lincoln Riley has said is, does he not even realize that basically 90% of all the fan bases in college football have that small town feel? So you better hope that you have tremendous success at USC because you're going to have a tough time finding a job now that you've trash talked pretty much every other fan base. I mean, when you think of college football, that's what you think of. Small town feel. So basically, he's admitting that there was way too much pressure at Oklahoma. That's why he left. He's gone over to USC and there's no pressure at all. He don't care that the fans don't care about USC. That's what he wants. He don't want the pressure. Then he goes out and starts stealing people from other teams. We found out yesterday that the number 1 wide receiver in the nation, the Pitt wide receiver Jordan Addison, has entered the transfer portal, and he's targeting, USC. Yeah, he's targeting USC. He was last year's Biletnikoff Award winner, meaning he was the best wide receiver in the nation. 100 receptions for 1,593 yards and 17 touchdowns. And we know for sure now that Pat Narduzzi, the head coach of Pitt, he now doesn't like Lincoln Riley because from what I heard, he literally called Lincoln Riley in person to chew him out and accused him of tampering. Lincoln Riley is making enemies, and he hasn't coached a single down at USC. It is his blatant trash talking, his blatant looking down at other people, laughing at him. Ha 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 ha. Too much pressure over there, Oklahoma. I'm over here at USC, and we're just kicking back, walking down the beach. There's no pressure over here. I'm living the life. You do you, that's fine. If you can't handle the pressure, understand that. It's not for everybody. But trash talking them because they do have high standards, because they did expect a lot out of you, that is nonsense. It is ridiculous, and it makes you a coward. And that's why Lincoln Riley is quickly becoming one of the most hated people in all of college football. Now, let me be clear about this. I am not talking down to or trash talking USC fans. That is a different culture. That's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. You do you, that's fine. But Lincoln Riley trash talking Oklahoma because their fan base is super passionate and it puts too much pressure on the head coach. That's nonsense. And it really floored me whenever I heard the comment about him trash talking Oklahoma for packing out the stadium the spring game. Most coaches in college football would want that. A lot of coaches would actually trash talk their own fan base if they didn't pack out this stadium for the spring game. So Lincoln Riley is doing the complete opposite because he hates pressure. That's what this boils down to. Lincoln Riley hates pressure. He got out of Dodge, aka Norman, Oklahoma, and went to the sweet beaches of Los Angeles. Well, let me tell you something, Lincoln Riley. If you start having success like you think you will over there in LA, there will be more pressure. And it might actually be more pressure than what you saw at Oklahoma. Because here's the thing, USC hasn't seen any type of tremendous success since Pete Carroll left USC back in the early 2000s. USC was a dominant force. There was pressure over there. They were packing out the stadium every stinking home game when USC was winning national championships. So if you do what you set out to do, or what you say or claim you set out to do over at USC, bring a national championship to them, you're going to have pressure. You can't run away from pressure forever. Pressure comes with this job. So this is nonsense by Lincoln Riley. I don't blame the players and the fans that have trash talked Lincoln Riley, because the dude is a scumbag and he's basically dragging Oklahoma under the mud because they have high standards. To me, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Wouldn't you actually want a school to have high standards? Wouldn't you want your school to have, aspirations of going to the playoffs or the national championship? I would think so. But Lincoln Riley's like, no, that's way too much pressure. Too many people recognize me. What does that have to do with that? You didn't like people recognizing you, so you go over to LA and you get lost in the crowd. He bragged about getting selfies with other celebrities and not being asked for a selfie by other people. He is happy that people don't recognize him in Los Angeles. My brain just can't wrap around this. Lincoln Riley is just a different individual. I don't understand him. And, like I said, I don't have any issues with him going from Oklahoma to USC. I don't have any issues with him preferring that lifestyle over the small town life. The thing that really got to me was trash talking Oklahoma for their passion for their college football team and having high expectations. That is ridiculous. That is nonsense. And Lincoln Riley, you owe the fans of the Oklahoma Sooners an apology. And guess what? This is coming from a West Virginia fan. And Oklahoma has dominated West Virginia since we've gone to the Big 12. I don't like Oklahoma when it comes to football. So I'm defending them because you're in the wrong. This doesn't have anything to do with my fandom. This is about right and wrong. And sorry, sir, but you're wrong. This is ridiculous. It is a good thing whenever a fan base supports their team as much as the Oklahoma Sooner fan base supports their team. That's a good thing. So shame on you for trash talking them, and you need to start shutting your mouth. People complaining about the Oklahoma fan base getting upset with Lincoln Riley and saying some things. Well, he keeps opening his mouth. What do you expect him to say? If he would just shut his mouth and stop trash talking Oklahoma, they wouldn't give it back. So you should really be getting on to Lincoln Riley, not the Oklahoma fan base. And shame on the national media, ESPN, Fox, 247. You're supporting the wrong party in this situation. You should be supporting the Oklahoma fan base, not Lincoln Riley. He's the one that keeps running his mouth. They're just giving it back to him. And if Lincoln Riley keeps running his mouth like this, not only will he be the most hated man in the state of Oklahoma, but he will be, if he's not already, the most hated man in all of college football. So congratulations on that accomplishment, Lincoln Riley. So if I were you, Lincoln Riley, I would button that mouth or the trash talk is going to keep a-coming. You're doing it to yourself, man. It's not on them. It's on you. Just shut up about it. Do your business. Y'all let me know in the comments section what you think about this situation. You think Lincoln Riley has gone overboard about attacking Oklahoma? To me, it seems like for no reason. But anyways, I look forward to your comments on this video. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show.